From downtown, this is Tim Kitzrow from NBA Jam, and you're listening to NintenDomain Podcast. Boom shakalaka!
This week on NintenDomain, we got 2 directs, we got Resident Evil, we got Disney Afternoon Collection. We got a lot to talk about.
Well, HE double hockey sticks, this demo's kind of fun.
I was feeling blue.
Welcome to NintenDomain Podcast, episode 510, your place to hear Nintendo fans talk about. We got an Indie Direct, Pokémon Presents, new big games coming out, lots of stuff, and we're your hosts. I'm Trey. Heartboy is worth 120 mil? Johnson.
Damn. I'm Jeremy. Yakuza Treasure Attained Mikowski.
I'm John. Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie, the fan knitter.
Yeah, that movie's out.
How'd you see that? Because I don't think it's playing around me.
It was in the theaters, yeah.
Okay.
I think it's out. I saw it. I don't know. I saw
I've had my eyes
for
peeled for a way to see it, but I didn't think it was.
Is it not in Champagne?
I didn't think so, but maybe it is.
I think it's been out for maybe 2 weeks or so. You know, movies don't really stay in the theaters that long anymore. So anybody who's got the minimum bit of interest in this movie, like run to see it, find a way to see it. I thought I'll just talk about it right now for 2 seconds because I don't like to. This is a movie that I don't want to tell people a whole lot about because I just want to say go see the movie. It's better watched cold.
Well, hold I mean, so this is a YouTube show, right? That was a YouTube show and then became a movie. Yeah. Let me tell you, the only time I heard about this was on this podcast when Jeremy mentioned the Wii that they did the Wii Shop song.
Yeah,
and I put that on the outro of one of the episodes, and that's all I've seen of Nirvana, the band, the show, whatever they're called.
That was all that I had seen too. And I first heard it when Jeremy mentioned that, and I went and saw the clip, and that was hilarious. And then
you went and watched the other trailer, stuff.
And I wanted to see the movie.
There's a ton of episodes on YouTube.
I'm sure. I'm just saying that that's all I saw was just enough for that song to put it on the episode, and that's it.
Yeah, I went and been binging all the other clips and stuff and catching up because that was like 17 years ago that they did all that stuff, the Wii song and all that, long time ago. Yeah, so there's a lot to catch up on. Yeah, I feel like it's something that I should have seen all those years ago, and somehow I just didn't. But better late than never. And this movie is like phenomenal. Like I thought it was, 5 stars, wonderfully done. The funniest movie that I've seen in theaters in a long time.
Funnier than. What the fuck was that other movie that you saw with the guy from The Thing?
Oh, yeah. I like that movie, too. Yeah.
What's Friendship? That one?
Friendship.
Friendship again? Named after
I like that
Mortal
movie
Kombat
a whole lot, too. Those 2 very different movies, apples and oranges, but both hilarious in their own way.
I saw the new Wicked movie. That was pretty funny.
The new Wicked movie? I heard. I didn't hear anything good about that movie.
It wasn't as good as the first one.
Yeah. I mean, not that it was like awful, just people just didn't like it as much as the other one.
That's the last movie I saw in theaters.
The last movie I saw was Fantastic Four, I think. It's been a long fucking time. I mean, we don't really go, we only go to movies for big things, I was like, and also, I don't really have money to do
like Super Mario Galaxy
to do anything. Yeah, I guess I'll have to go see that one. I figured the next one I would go see is like Spider-Man or Supergirl or something like that. I'll definitely go see those.
Yeah, last thing I'll say about this movie, I think it's a great movie for independent filmmakers to watch. In that, like, it's obviously a low budget movie, but they really successfully made it feel huge. Like a lot of times you see a movie version of something, a show or whatever, and you're like, really, does that need to be a movie? It felt like the show, or it felt too small. This felt big. I know they didn't spend that much money on this movie, but the way they did it, the story that they made, and the stuff that happens in the movie, they made it feel big. And there's like a real sort of like punk rock kind of attitude to it.
I kind of want to see it almost because I haven't heard a lot of movies that kind of sounded like they took so long to film, like Coffee and Cigarettes or something, where like those interviews were from like the 80s or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Or like Boyhood.
Yeah, this movie supposedly has like really old footage in it that they just like seamlessly work into the story.
Yeah.
Make the story work with it.
Yeah. Find a way to see it. Because, you're going to love it.
Yeah, I'm sure. I thought it would be playing most places. I don't know. I've seen people on the internet.
Admittedly, I haven't looked that hard.
Say
Also, I
that
don't
they've
really have
gone.
money to spend.
Yeah. I say we've been talking about the past couple weeks about not having money for anything.
I'm in survival mode right now.
But speaking of not having money for anything, why don't we talk about the Indie Direct, or the Indie Direct that happened on Tuesday, which has plenty of things on there that we can't afford. But there's free demos at least that I played a few of them. But yeah, Tuesday we had a 20-minute Direct. It was like 18 minutes and something. This one, I say this many a times, where I try to watch the American version and the Japanese version. The Japanese version was way better than the American one. It was like twice the size almost. The Japanese one was like 30-some minutes. And it had a lot of things in there, which are actually releasing here, that were completely absent. They were completely absent from the American one for I don't know why. Like games that came out like on Tuesday, like that would have easily been, that already had demos out and all that, would have easily been put in there. I don't know what happened there, but yeah, I watched the American one and I watched the Japanese one, and the Japanese one actually has longer trailers for all the stuff too that's in there. Like for a lot of them, you see a lot more stuff that you don't see in the other one. So, a lot of
maybe they just work a little harder, or maybe they don't work as hard. I don't know, editing.
I mean, it's completely different footage for a lot of the things on there.
No, it's all market tested and stuff.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, theirs was very long, and most of the time I figured, theirs is longer because there's stuff in there that maybe hasn't come out in Japan yet. But I mean, this was all, most of it was, was stuff that is coming to, as far as I know, it's coming here, and but we'll get into that later. But yeah, starting off, let's see, it started off with Denshattack, which is a game that I had heard of before. I don't remember if it was from 8.4 or Axe of the Blood God. I heard it on one of these podcasts talking about this bus game in like Japan, like that you're jumping around and you're grinding and doing flips and doing Tony Hawk stuff, and that it's really cool and people liked it. And I was like, oh wow, that sounds awesome. I'd like to play that game. And here it is. It started off the Direct, and there's a demo of it, and I played the demo last night.
Same.
And yeah, it's great. I'm sold on this game. And it's not coming out till July, so I can start saving money now for it. But no, I like it a lot. It's yeah, you're playing a train, but there's different moves you can do. Like you hold down like ZR to do jumps, and you can do flips and stuff with the right stick. Like kind of doing circles and moving whatever with the right stick, and that's how you do your different kick flips and stuff. And you can grind certain things automatically, when you land on it. And there's like turns where you kind of do like sort of a, where you hold you hold the left, and you sort of kind of do you hold it to its green, and then you get a boost off of that. And there's like I said, there's jumps, but there's also like ramps you can jump off of. And there's these like stages that you go through that are different parts, and there's different pathways where you can move from one pathway to another, and you have to dodge certain things. And there's secrets in there, like they'll be like, do this amount of tricks. Or I was noticing towards the end when I got better at it, like you'll get more points for like waiting longer to dodge, like when you're switching from track to track. You get extra like I forget what like risk points, I guess, for like waiting.
Be like playing chicken almost.
Yeah, kind of like stuff like that. And it's not even just it's like, oh well, this could maybe get boring after a while. But there's plenty of things. Like I watched the Direct again today, and there's a part where like the train gets on a spaceship and you're flying around, and like in the demo the plane gets on a Ferris wheel, and you're like riding this Ferris wheel like through over things. And it's not just like Tony Hawk stuff. Like it pretty much the train can jump on anything, and then you become a different thing. So yeah, I think it's cool. Did you like what you played of it, John?
I liked it okay. I think not as much as I expected to or wanted to. Like it's I don't know, maybe there's some more depth.
I do think
it took game or something.
It took me a while to get used to the controls and all the extra stuff, because they do kind of throw a lot of stuff at you.
Yeah,
like especially
as something that actually might be pretty good on a phone or an iPad, like flipping your thumbs around.
I would say I don't think this would be good on an iPhone. You'd have to tap the screen in a bunch of different ways. You need buttons. You need buttons for this. Now, the one thing that really confused me was that I just kept running into is like, you hold the R button to jump, and you hold the L button to grind to power slide around the turns. And me just from playing so many like kart racing games, I just expect to like hit the right when I'm turning right and hit the left when I'm turning left.
I did the same.
So like I would jump off of the track, instead of doing the right thing. But it took a minute to get used to. But no, I think it has a lot of potential. And if you play through all the levels that are on there, you unlock like a trick lap or whatever, where you can there's a bunch of different ways you can go, and you can just go and do tricks and try to get like new higher scores and stuff like that. So there is stuff to unlock. And one thing I found really interesting, I've never seen this in a demo before. It has like a wish list button where you click on it and it takes you right to the eShop to like it and add it to your wish list.
Smart.
I don't think I've seen that in any other demo. Like you see so many like, trailers for Steam games or whatever that says wish list now, but this one actually had like a link. I mean, I've seen ones where it says like go to the eShop to pre-order it or whatever, but this one's like, it specifically says wish list.
Takes you there.
And mark it down so you'll know when it comes out. So I don't know. I think it's cool. I liked it. I liked it for what it is.
I'll play the demo a little more.
And I think it has more potential. So I'm definitely interested. And it's coming out June 16th. No, June 17th. So it's some months away. And it's Nintendo Switch 2 only, no Switch 1 version. So there you go. This next one, though, I kind of love this game too. This one had a way longer trailer in the Japanese Direct also that had like it showed like cinematic platformer stuff, like 3D platforming, like stealth, like all these extra gameplay stuff that was not shown in the American one. I don't know why, but this game is called My Little Puppy, and it's a story about a dog that dies, and you get to play as the dog in the afterlife, basically trying to find their owner when they cross over. It's
like what dreams become, kind of.
Cross over the rainbow bridge, as it says, and I'm like,
right.
I want to get this game. I think this
game's
awesome.
Gonna make people cry.
It's a fantastic premise. So it's like you're the dog in heaven, and the owner has died. And there's like the story that when you die, the first thing you see is your dog greets you in heaven. So that's like
what I'm hoping for. I think that's the only way that would make heaven any way appealing to me is. No Christians, just animals, just animal souls. That's all we want.
I just want a lot of restaurants that close to be open there.
That'd be cool.
All the dead restaurants are there too.
We could go to Earwax again. Yay! Earwax Cafe would be back.
Radio Shack is there.
Toys R Us, a Children's Palace, whatever. KB Toys with the markup too. Everything will be more expensive. No, I think this is a great idea. And it sounds like nice, go through the afterlife, but there's like demons and shit. There's battles. I've seen that in the Japanese one. So you do run into some stuff, and there's co-op with other dead dogs that you get to fight with, that you get to fight on your team and all that. And it looks really cool. I like it. And it's I think it's I don't think it's up. I thought I put some prices on some of these.
I would say tonally, the thing that it reminded me of the most, just tonally, is Spiritfarer, which is kind of like where you're
that's
ushering people to the afterlife.
Yeah, you're right.
It's another sort of like I don't know,
meditative,
game.
peaceful. Yeah, I like it. Like you said, it's gonna make a lot of people cry, and I think they're gonna make $40 billion. This will be a huge hit.
Yeah.
I just want All Dogs Go to Heaven DLC as well.
Yeah. Why? I want cat DLC. What about the cats?
There you go.
Would it be a cat? Run around and fight stuff. Maybe there'll be cats that appear in your party, when you bring other people in. So yeah, that's definitely a game I'm interested in. It's coming out at the end of May.
The name is really
29th.
Misleading because it's like
My Little Puppy.
You see this and it makes you think of My Little Pony or something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
or like
AI
some
schlock game that's on there.
Oh yeah. Or like I was thinking like some sort of Tamagotchi type thing where you like raise this dog and. Or like Nintendogs, kind of. Like my Little Puppy, like walk them and brush them and whatever, and wash the bugs off them wherever. But no, it's much different. But no, I think it's cool.
Next, we got Heave Ho 2.
Yeah, not really into this one.
I think it seems interesting. It's
anybody play Heave Ho 1?
Game.
It's probably on sale for like $2. I feel like that one's been I don't know. It's like it's been out for a long time, right? I feel like He-Fo's been on Switch since the beginning almost.
It's a Devolver Digital game, so it's going to be good. I just don't know if it's for me because I'm not really. I don't really have a whole lot of people over at my house, and it seems like a good game to play when you got a lot of people over.
2019. It was released in 2019, so it's old. It's an old ass game. Like I said, I feel like I've seen He-Fo on sale like a billion times. It was probably something that was on my wish list for whatever reason. I just never got it. I don't know. It looks. There's a Mario Party minigame where you like you press A to hold hands and you let go and you grab the next thing. That's basically this game, but in an entire game. You take that one Mario Party minigame and make it into a whole thing. That's
like all your characters hold hands and create like a big rope or whatever, and you throw each other across the level. I don't know. We'll see. Moonlighter 2, The Endless Vault. It's an action RPG. This one, I completely forgot about this one until I watched it the second time. It just didn't stick out to me.
Yeah, I forgot about this one too.
But, Hades and that kind of thing, or Diablo, sort of what it looks like. The first game is on Switch and has a demo if you want to see what it's like.
Of Moonlighter. Yeah, this one, I watched it again and I was like, oh yeah, no, I'd totally forgotten about this game because, I don't know, it didn't really look like anything that appealing to me.
Out sometime this year. But the next one looks appealing to me. It's Widow.
Oh yeah, no, I'm into Widow too. Yeah, I think Widow looks cool. I got a thing for dioramas, and this got a lot of dioramas, and it's mouse support, and it kind of looks like a cozy game basically, where you're just clicking through dioramas and bringing color to this wooden statue or whatever. And I could see myself getting into it if it was. I don't imagine it would be that expensive. This is probably going to be under $10, so I could see myself falling into that, and it looks pretty.
I like the shallow focus and the tactile look. Like everything in the game is made of wood, and you're putting together these little dioramas, like building blocks and that kind of thing. It just looks like peaceful and beautiful.
Yeah, it reminds me. Well, it reminds me of Dragon Quest VII, like the same sort of art style, like with that diorama, which I love the way that game looked too. So I mean, I'm into it.
It's coming out this summer. Next, I'm interested in Mini Shoot Adventures.
Oh, that came out today.
It's out today. It's out for both Switch 1 and 2. And it's an adventure that mixes open exploration with twin-stick shooter action. And I've heard about this one on the Kit and Krista podcast. Kit really likes this one and kind of raves about it. So I've always been kind of curious. It's like, what if Zelda was a twin-stick shooter?
Yeah, there is Zelda parts in it, actually, because I saw somebody posted it, like the very beginning of Zelda 1, like with the cave and all that. That's in there. So I'm sure there's plenty of references.
And it's cheap. It's $15.99.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I've been burned so many times by other twin stick shooters. So I'm like,
I like how it looks.
Yeah. But I do like the idea of it being more of an adventure stuff thing and not just like, go left to right, shoot it's not like a bullet hell. It's got more to it.
Yeah, this looks totally up my alley.
So there was like another shooter thing that came out like at the very beginning of the Switch 1 that everybody said was good that I got was not good. Any shooter thing always reminds me of that game, which I don't even remember the name of it. No, Ikaruga's awesome. I had Ikaruga already. It was on GameCube. Well, I got it on GameCube and I bought it on Switch. And I beat it again. No, that game's cool. No, it was something else. It was called like Exploding Machine or something like that. I don't know. It's dumb. But it doesn't matter because it sucks, so don't get it. But what doesn't suck, and I'm very happy, is coming to the Switch because it was shown on some other State of Play before, and I was very excited about it, is the Midnight Walk.
Yeah,
which is like a claymation puppet first-person shooter thing.
It looks amazing.
Yeah, I saw it before on a PlayStation thing, and I was like, oh, that looks awesome. I hope that comes to something else that I own. And now it is, and it's coming out this month, at the end of this month for $30. So we'll see where we're at that point. But no, I'm really interested in it. I think it looks cool, and I love the stop motion effects.
Yeah, this is
like they've done it very well.
Yeah,
this is awesome. This looks like it was made by Tim Burton for sure. It's got a Tim Burton sort of.
It's got kind of
a bit more of a hellish
Nightmare Before Christmas ish vibes, but hopefully better.
Maybe even Salad Fingers a little bit.
But no, I think it looks really cool. I like that it's a first-person shooter too, and it's not like a 2D roguelite or whatever. So many of these indie games end up being like that.
This had to take
on the 26th.
So long to make.
Yeah.
It's coming on the 26th of this month for $30. Next one is Rotwood, another action.
This one is actually different because this is more like this is actually a beat 'em up.
Okay.
Is what it is. People are comparing it to what was that other game that came out that was had some of the people that worked on Streets of Rage 4. It's got a really weird name. You know what I'm talking about.
Helldivers?
No, Helldivers is not on Nintendo. It's a Nintendo game. Hold on, because dude just mentioned.
Yeah, the one people are raving about. Starts with an A, I think.
Yeah, no, I don't. What? Yeah, I can't remember what it like. Just came out. It's really pretty. It's like a brawler, but it's an RPG too. Like that's basically what this game is like.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
The other one, apparently,
Halloween Quest?
Huh?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's got a really weird name. It's on Switch. It came out like a month ago, not even like a few weeks ago. Like it's not that old, but people really liked it. Or I think it came out. I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. I'll find it later.
Yeah. So I thought this kind of had a little RPG elements to it too.
Anyway, I think you would like that game, John, because it is a beat 'em up, but it has RPG sized bosses, is what they said in the video.
You're talking about Rotwood?
Yes, Rotwood.
Okay.
Is a 2-player beat 'em up that has big bosses in it. That's what the two dudes said while they're sitting next to each other. So,
okay.
So yeah, it's out now. It came out on the day. It released on the day, and it's $30 also.
I'm really interested in Mixtape, which is an adventure game, coming of age story. The visuals are really stylish. They kind of remind me of Spider-Verse. And it's got like a nice like synthy kind of 80s soundtrack, I would say.
It looks like one of those games that's going to make you like feel ways about things, you know.
Think about life.
It's supposed to.
This one's been on my radar for a bit. I'm just trying to remember. Well, I haven't heard about it in a bit, but
didn't you? I feel like this had been posted. That we posted this on Slack before.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been trailers about it since last year.
Because I remember the name, and I'm sure that I had
it's
seen
by
it.
Annapurna.
Mm-hmm.
But there's like Devo and Joy Division and stuff in the soundtrack, so that could be cool.
Oh, nice.
This is coming out May 7th. Then we got Blighted, which is from the makers of Guacamelee and Nobody Saves the World. It's a psychedelic Western
Absalom
landscape setting.
Absalom
was the other one, yes.
Is what it's called. Rotwood has been compared to Absalom, which is a beat 'em up, that also has like RPG Metroidvania stuff in it. Absalom was supposed to be really, really good. Absalom was supposed to be really good, and Rotwood's supposed to be good too. So,
Blighted didn't really make much of an impression on me. You guys remember this one?
Yeah, I thought I had seen. It doesn't matter. I thought I'd seen a trailer for a different thing called Blighted that looked completely different. But Guacamelee. I played the first game a little bit. It was fine. It had too many references to things, which kind of drives me crazy sometimes. Like, when a game has like memes in it or whatever, it's like too many.
Yeah.
It's like just try to be your own thing. Like stop relying on jokes that aren't yours, that some people don't care about or whatever, But I mean, yeah, this one wasn't really one that made me think I'll get this whenever,
I think it's another one of those cases with these indie directs where a lot of the stuff's indie or like Metroidvanias, and it's like I love Metroidvanias, but I just there's so many to catch up on that I still haven't played, and there just keeps being more, and it's great. Maybe 1 year that's all I'll play for a year is Metroidvanias.
Maybe. I always feel like there's too many roguelites in these things. Like I always feel like it's
definitely.
It's like another indie. It's another indie thing, so it's going to be all roguelites or cozy games.
That's like the past
roguelites and cozy games.
Indie games has been all The cozy games are coming up quick.
I mean, I can kind of see why, or guess why, theorize why. It's because it's a way to make a game seem meatier or be meatier, but without having to necessarily like create newer assets because you're repeating over and over again.
Oh, the
You know,
roguelike
like,
thing. I mean, also
yeah,
it's
you know,
also
I mean, I
it's
can see
like
why appealing
really
to indies.
it's
Yeah.
also super popular too. Like roguelites have been, like Hades and what. I mean, there's some pretty big ones out there that people really like. I mean, Jeremy, you play the shit out of People those like a roguelites. sense of progress. Yeah, people like a sense of progress, and these lights give it to you.
Mhm.
It's like X. Sometimes. That's actually why I don't like roguelites most of the time, because I don't feel like I'm getting enough progression.
Speaking of roguelites,
And I get tired of dying all the
Dead
time.
Zone Rogue.
Yeah, I'm interested in this one just because of the first-person shooter aspect of it. I mean, I don't know. I'm curious.
Kinda cool.
I'm curious. It's on sale. I mean, it's pre-order, but it's on sale right now for $20. It's coming out in like a couple weeks, so I don't know if I'll pick it up that quickly. But I'm really curious because I just like first-person shooters, and maybe if it's first-person shooter roguelite, even though I have played first-person shooter roguelites before, and I didn't really get into it because of the rogueliteness of it. But I mean, I'm willing to give it a try.
Comes out on the 17th of March, and there is a pre-order sale, so you can save $5.
Yeah.
Make it $19 instead of $25.
Yeah, that's good.
Um,
And then we're on to montage, like Rocky.
yeah, on the montage.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna do montage. Here we go.
So Grave
Seasons.
Seasons. That looks like a cozy game. It kind of like Dungeon Keeper is kind of what I got from it.
Yeah,
Isn't
there's
that what it was called? Or
there's one
Grave
called Crypt
Keeper,
Keeper.
or Crypt Keeper. Yeah, whatever
Yeah.
it's called.
Yeah.
Looks like that sort
What
of
a
thing.
strange concept to have as a cozy game, but yeah, managing a graveyard. This won't be the first one.
They should make a cozy game based on the movie Cemetery Man. Do you guys remember that movie? Did I ever make you watch that? That was one of my favorite movies.
Not that I
back in the
recall.
day. I figured I would have made you guys watch Cemetery Man. Jess and I watched it. It was on. They put it on Shudder not that long ago. Anyway, Cemetery Man is a story about a guy who works at a cemetery, and every time anybody dies, they automatically come back to life, and he has to kill them and put them back in the grave again. But he has this like little character named Nagi as like his best friend, and he can't really talk. And there's a part where he falls in love with one of the zombies, and he cuts her head off and puts her in a TV and carries her around, and it's great. It's a great movie. It's just got a lot of weird shit in it, and it's it was a really one of those really really cool weird horror movies, and I like it a lot. I'd like to see a video game version of Cemetery Man. it would be really weird, but they got to make it as weird. And apparently they were working on a sequel for a long time, but the guy who played Nagi died, so he can't come back for the new one. So, which sucks because I liked him. But yeah, Cemetery Man, look it up. It's a weird movie.
Then we got Unrailed back on true. Let me start over again.
Unrailed
2
back on track, which has a demo out right now, and that one had more time on the Japanese Direct also. It was not in a montage, but whatever. Yeah, it's more train stuff. I did download the demo, but I didn't get around to playing it yet. And I don't know if I will, but maybe I'll try it out for a bit.
Coming out in May. Toem 2.
Did you get Toem 1 or no, it was a different thing?
I did not.
But Toem was the one where like it's like black and white, and
Mm-hmm.
you got a camera, and like some of it's in first person, but most of it's like you walk around, but you can take pictures and stuff, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I do remember this one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's kind of a Paper Mario look.
I always thought the other
2D
one.
cutouts, yeah.
I always thought the other one looked intriguing, but not enough to ever buy it on sale.
It goes on sale all the time.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think it's one of the few things that's in my wish list I haven't bought yet.
That's coming out summer. And then we got
2023.
Inconveni.
Inconveni,
many stories.
I'm really interested in that one because that's
Same.
like a cozy game where you work at a Japanese convenience store.
Maybe I can get that egg salad recipe.
This one got a much longer trailer in the Japanese Direct too, but I like this game. I'm definitely interested in it.
It's coming for Switch
It's not
2
like
and 1.
an official Lawson's game or something in Japan.
Or a 7-Eleven game, or Popo Mart as they call it in
Family Mart, yeah.
or Popo Mart as they call it in Yakuza.
And ABC Mart is the other one.
But no, I mean I like that idea. I like that idea of working there as a whatever. But
It'll be out on April 30th.
April 30th.
And we got Outbound, which I think is a game that Jeremy has to get.
Yeah, I played the demo. There's a demo out right now of it. I played it for a while, and it's a Minecraft-ish kind of thing. But I mean, I like it. Yeah, you drive a van.
Obviously, you got a big van that you can design the way it looks. I mean, there's different vans you can unlock later. You only get one van for the demo, but you can change the color and stuff like that and create your character. And you basically, you drive to a campsite, and you pick up wood, and you can build a fire. And there's like computers around that are attached to antennas, and you can download like blueprints from there, and learn how to make new things from that. Like I got one blueprint to like make a hammer, so then I made a hammer so that then I could build things inside of the van, and I made a recycler in the van, and you could pick up trash and put trash in the recycler, and the recycler will print out download tickets, and you can take those to the computer, and then you get new stuff. So then you get like an axe, or you can get, there's like special boots that I got that'll help you find.
So you been playing a demo of this, or did you buy this?
The demo. It's not out yet.
Okay.
I just played the demo.
This looks cool. I like the look of it.
Yeah, no, I've been playing. I played the demo for like 20 minutes last night just to try it out, and yeah, I liked it. I mean, I figured it. I understood it enough. Like what I picked berries, and there's like rabbits jumping around. I fed them. You can give them food, and you can eat the food too, obviously, because you have a hunger meter. And your car is like solar powered, but you do have to charge it, like because it can run out of power or whatever. And it's in the future too. It's in like the post-apocalyptic future or whatnot. But yeah, check out the demo. Like I mean, I was digging it. You can. I said you basically drive and park, and there's a little, you pull up your camp thing, and you can sleep. There's a bed in there. You can go and sleep inside your van whenever. And you got a workbench that's like attached to the back of the van too, and that's where you make shit, where you can build all your stuff and that sort of thing. And there's side quests. It's like find all the campfires and like go do this. And yeah, I thought it worked pretty well for what I played of it. Like I was like, oh, I could see this being. And I don't know how long the demo is. Like it goes like day by day, and I played like 3 days of it. But yeah, like I don't know. Give it a go. It's free. I remember posting this to Slack before just because of your experience in vanning and all that. So
Yeah.
We got Ratatan for Switch 2, which is a music rhythm RPG, I want to say.
I mean, Ratatan, I think, is a sequel to what's the fuck the other one? Pumpoko? It's like in the same same vein as that.
Remember that one?
It's not really. I think it's more like you do shit and you dodge and shoot stuff. I don't think there's a whole lot of RPG-ness to it, but
it definitely, the way the presentation is, looks like an RPG. Like you got good guys on one side, the team, and then a bad guy, and then there's numbers flying around.
I mean, that's just damage, though. Every game has damage numbers. It doesn't make it automatically an RPG.
If you flip it over, you can
it has
target
the presentation of one.
ultimate damage.
But I mean, no, I actually did do that in Resident Evil Requiem. I did flip a spider for ultimate damage. No, I mean, I got it actually kind of, not an RPG, but spun off from an RPG. Kind of reminded me of that fucking the Final Fantasy Theatrhythm game, where you play the rhythm and you fight stuff, but it's not really an RPG. It's fighting with rhythm. So that's what I got from it. I never really played like Patapon, even though I have it on my PSP, but I know people really liked it. But it kind of looked like that. It's like punch buttons, jump, hit a thing, go to the next thing. Didn't really, whatever, rhythm battler. It's kind of what I gathered from that one. And that's the end of the montage, right? So I was like watching this, I was watching this on my exercise bike, like on Tuesday, and it took me like not even, like when they said, hold on, get my notes, I was like, oh shit, blueprints. Like I knew that right when they said notes. Because they're like, oh wait, hold on, one more thing. He's like, wait a second, I gotta get my notes. And I was like, no fucking way. And there it was. And Jeremy called it. It was on Slack, but we knew Blueprints was coming eventually. It's here finally. It released on Switch. It's on sale for $20 through the 12th of March.
It's a good sale too.
Marked down from 30, right? I think it's like $10 off. I mean, I want to get it before it goes back up in price. I really do, because I've heard great things from Jeremy and from many other podcasts that Blueprints is awesome, and it's finally here. And I also yelled at my tablet or whatever when it was like released today. I was like, "Fuck you! I don't have money for that." So yeah, we'll have to wait on that one. But one of us didn't.
Yeah,
John got Blueprints. So what did you think? How much did you play it?
Barely at all. Basically, I got home from work last night and wanted to give it a try, and very quickly realized that I was too tired for this kind of brainy type of game. So I have not really played it at all. Maybe 5-10 minutes.
Did you complete a run?
No.
Oh, okay.
There's no way. Yeah.
Does
No.
it take that long? Yeah, I don't know.
It's gonna take a couple hours probably to finish your first run.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I've heard people say like you won't really love it until like you do like 2 or 3 runs. Like you might kind of hate it after your first one and be like, oh, what the fuck is this?
There's certain elements, like there's this room you find where you can kind of benefit yourself in the future, and that's when things start getting better. Because then your subsequent runs, you start out stronger, so to speak.
Well, yeah, like most roguelites, which I'm willing to give this one a chance, even though I don't like roguelikes. But I'll
It's a very different kind of roguelike.
Yeah, it is in first person,
There are no enemies.
that should do something for me. No, I mean, I've just heard people talk so much about it. I know you put like hundreds of hours in it also, and some people are still playing it even after like apparently after you beat it, there's even more
I put a lot.
There's more secrets and stuff to it, and there's stuff that people don't know. It kind of reminds me of that that Metroidvania game that came out like a couple of years ago that you really liked, Jeremy. What was it called?
Oh, Animal Well.
Animal Well, yeah, like that, like Animal Well kind of, but as like a first-person roguelite, that has a lot of legs to it. So,
Are you gonna get this one, Jeremy, on Switch 2?
Intrigued.
Not yet. It's going to be a while before I buy anything, period, on video game wise. But whenever I do, I probably start with another game that came out this week. Would be the first one I bought.
Oh, Pocopia,
No.
Resident Evil.
Yes.
We'll talk about that later. So yeah, that was the one more thing. I just want to mention some of the stuff from the Japanese Direct. There's this game called OOO, where you play a little guy who drops bombs around, and it kind of looks like it almost looked like kind of like a Metroidvania because it had like a map like that, But it had just really cool puzzles. It's actually made by the same person who did Electhead. That was a big game that came out, which that one's on sale now too, for real cheap. But this
was a solo developer.
Yeah, and this one is this one's like $10, but I don't know. I thought it looked really intriguing. It's just a whole lot of I don't know. It kind of reminded me of what was that one? What was the 3DS game where they made like where they made an amiibo of it, and there was a bunch of them. You know what I'm talking about? And it was like
Pushmo?
No, there was no amiibo for Pushmo. It was like room by room, and there was like 3 different ones, and it got its own amiibo too. Anyway,
Box Boy.
Box Boy, yeah, kind of reminds me of Box Boy with bombs. In that sort of way, where you have your one screen, you got to figure out how to get to the next thing, but you put a bomb next to you to shoot you forward, you put one under you to shoot up, and you go up and you throw it over here. Like it's all bomb based, It's like just moving around. It's with the bomb, like that, like Shotgun Cop, where you shoot around with the gun or whatever, but with the bomb, Shotgun Cop.
I do want to read the description of the game because I think it's funny how much the description from the eShop site uses the word bomb. So here's the description. A bomb caterpillar's big adventure. It was a charming yet mysterious exploration puzzle platformer where you discover creative ways to use bombs, a variety of solutions using bombs, discover unique ways to use bombs, uncover hidden paths with clever bomb usage.
Hey, there's a lot of bombs in this.
A lot of bombs.
Yep. So you could call it the bomb because it's all bombs.
And it's only $10.99.
Yeah.
Looks pretty cool.
There's this like anime adventure game called Hamura Hime. I saw it on another channel, showing it as an upcoming thing for other systems, and it was in the Japanese Direct, but not in the American one. But it is coming to America. I don't know why that one was missing. I heard somebody listening to the trailer.
Cool. Yeah, I just turned it.
I heard the snap.
I
heard that snap in the background. But yeah, no, it's got really cool art style. It looked like it had kind of like bullet hell bosses and 3D battling, whatever you want to call it, but I like the way
third-person action game.
I like the way it looked. So that one was like, oh well, yeah. Why is that not in the American one? So I liked, I like the anime style. For that one, Back to the Dawn, which has a demo. You played that?
I did try this demo. I tried a little bit of this demo.
So this one came out today, and it's like in a prison, and you play like a animal panther guy or something, right? I haven't played it. I haven't played it, but it was releasing on Tuesday. This is a weird one. I don't know why it was not in the American one because it came out on the same day as it. But I just mentioned
I
it
wasn't
just
really
'cause it was
getting
out
into
there.
the demo, but I mean, it was fun for what it was. I guess it's a prison life sim that I don't know. I really have the time or spoons, as they say, to get into it right now.
Well, yeah. I did actually download the demo for this one, but I didn't get around to it. But I like the, I don't know, animal prison simulators, whatever. It looks interesting. It's $34.99 out right now. This next one, I don't know if it's actually coming to America or not, but I hope that it does. Japanese Rural Life Adventure is what it's called, and yeah, it's a cozy sim, but you live in like an old Japanese house, like imagine like like My Neighbor Totoro, but you can play it, where you get to clean up the grounds and cut grass around your house and all that. It
looks a lot like Stardew.
It looks really pretty. Like I really like the art style of it, but you get to live in in outdoor Japan. It's like one of those Tetsuno Yasumi games. So, but yeah, I saw that one. I was like, oh, that looks cool. That should come out. I want to play that. Anything that can make me pretend that I live in a better place, I'm all for it. And then Unreal. Oh yeah, this one I put in here just because it has a great name, Schrodinger's Call, instead of Schrodinger's Cat. But it was all in Japanese, so I couldn't really tell. But I think it's kind of like one of those visual novel mystery point and clicky type things. It's kind of what I got from it.
Talking on the phone is a big part of it.
Yeah. So.
But like an old style or like rotary phone.
Mm-hmm.
Very sketchy black and white visuals.
Yeah. The visuals look cool. They're all like hand drawn. And Unreal too, which we talked about earlier. I guess I had forgotten that it was in the American one. That's why I put it on the Japanese one too. But I think the Japanese one's worth a look. You get like 10 extra minutes on there, so check it out. And for about the same amount of time as this one was the Pokemon Direct. I know you didn't watch it, John, but you said you did, Jeremy.
I watched it.
Yeah. I thought it was, as far as Pokemon Presents go, it was one of the better ones. And there was a lot of stuff in there. Like, I felt like they spent like 2 seconds on something and went to the next thing, because it's like...
Like, I watched it, but I feel like I didn't absorb everything. There was so much. I picked up on the big stuff.
Yeah, the main things, like last week I said that I thought that the GameCube games would be shadow dropped, or at least one of them.
Yeah, you were right about that.
Well, it wasn't shadow dropped. It was just mentioned and said it was coming out this month at some point. So it's not there yet. And I find it weird that they're coming out with the second one and not the first one. Like, we're starting with Gale of Darkness, which is Pokemon Gale of Darkness, which is actually the sequel to...
Isn't that about Oprah's friend?
I was waiting for that one. I knew that was coming every time. Every time I mention it. No, we're talking about the judge from Top Chef. That Gale.
That's right.
She's the one that's in it. No, but yeah, any of them. No, it's Gale of Darkness is like a sequel to Pokemon Coliseum. So it's weird that they didn't just put out Pokemon Coliseum first instead of that one. But I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
Basically, they're kind of the same game. Like, it's kind of like Yakuza, where you have like the same locations, but you're doing different things. Because I did play Gale of Darkness, and it kind of didn't live up to what I thought it would be, because it was too similar to what I'd already played in Pokemon Coliseum. But it's a console Pokemon game, and what's interesting about it is you don't catch Pokemon in the tall grass like you would in the normal Game Boy games. You actually catch Pokemon by stealing them from evil trainers. Is what you do. And when you get the evil Pokemon, you have to keep them. You have to keep them with you and walk around with them for a certain amount of time to cleanse them, to like cleanse their evil soul or whatever, so they can become
an animal rescue simulator.
Kind of, yeah. And so they can come back to the good side, and then you can use them. I remember there was this whole mechanic where you had to.
Yeah, you're like that Action Jackson, whatever his name is, the cat guy.
Jackson Galaxy.
Oh.
Jackson Galaxy, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that guy. I remember, Justin and I watched some of his shit, like, back in the day. That guy's weird. I know we've made jokes about him before. He had, like, a band that never went anywhere, so he did his cat shit. But, yeah, no, that's that game, Gale of Darkness. I'll try it again. I remember buying it, I think we got it at a used game place somewhere, and the kid that sold it to me sold me a scratch disc, and I ended up having to look him up, and I found his name and sent the game back and got a refund, and I think Jess might have bought it for me later, but I did eventually end up getting a working copy of Gale of Darkness, and I played it for a little bit. But yeah, I'll play it again on Switch whenever it comes there. So I'm glad that's there.
I thought, for some reason, this was like a mystery dungeon kind of game, so I guess I don't really know much about it.
Oh no, it's a full on RPG. It's just the way you collect the Pokemon is different. Like I said, now you steal them from evil trainers.
Okay, so you're not finding anybody in the wild.
There's no wild ones
rescued.
No.
Okay,
it's only rescue, which is interesting. I always thought they did that to make it so there'd be less, like just to make it work okay on GameCube or whatever. Maybe they didn't want to have as many Pokemon, but it was always something we always wanted to do, is be able to steal Pokemon from other trainers. Like I remember doing that on the Game Boy game where I tried doing it, and they smack the ball away, and they're like, nope, can't do that. They block you from doing that. So it was always a dream that I wanted. Speaking of dreams that I want, actually, I don't think I actually want this, but the Game Boy jukebox thing, or the Game Boy boombox, is kind of the silliest thing. It's like a tiny original Game Boy, and you put like the cartridges of the Pokemon games in there, and they play like one song or whatever. I don't think it actually was clear how many songs are actually on there, but is it more than one? Like, do you just get one per card?
They're like the hit clips. Yep, that's what I was going to say. They're like hit clips, and like whatever that technology is, maybe it got like the patent expired, or I don't know. They didn't get it back, but like Nintendo got a hold of it or something, because it seems like one of the dumbest things ever. But somebody's going to like it. I don't want to yuck someone's yum.
45 songs, 45 cartridges. So that's one song per cartridge. But
wow,
I think it's super cute, but I'm not going to get one. But it's
each cartridge has like a screenshot on it as like the screen, so it looks like the game's playing, sort of, but just one song. And like that makes me wonder, like, yeah, it's probably got to be like hit clips. So are they going to release more stuff for it, or is everything already in it and it's just accessing it with different chips or whatever? You know what I mean?
I don't know. There's a good amount of Pokemon Game Boy games, or other Game Boy games could be on there. I don't know.
So two questions: the screen animates? Is that right?
No.
It's just a static image.
It's a plastic shell with plastic Game Boy games you put into it.
That's my only question then.
Speaking of Pokemon, though, Jess actually just bought tickets for us to go see the Pokemon exhibit at the museum, at the Field Museum in Chicago.
Really?
Which
There's
is actually
Pokemon.
Oh, you haven't heard about it? It's
I haven't heard about
it's a big deal. No, they're actually having they're doing like in their, you know how they have Sue, like the Tyrannosaurus Rex there, they have like the full skeleton.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're basically making Pokemon bones as like they're basically doing like a dinosaur exhibit that are supposed to be Pokemon that they like found like as bones. And I actually saw some of it when I worked there at the end of December. I saw one bone because I asked some of the people, because we were shooting a show there, The Unexplained, at the Field Museum, and I asked them about like, hey, do you know anything about the Pokemon fossil thing? And they're like, well, yes, but I can't tell you anything. So I was like, okay.
I mean, the British Museum stole a lot of shit, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's some Pokemon fossils in there. But
Jess had told me about it because they were planning on getting it for me for my birthday, because it's happening in May. And I thought I had saw an ad online, and I mentioned earlier. I was like, hey, I was like, are those tickets out yet? And Jess just got online and bought tickets in like 2 minutes. So I guess a lot of people are waiting online, and the internet got broken and all that, but we got right to it. So we got tickets for.
What they're doing with the Animal Crossing and the aquariums. They have the Animal Crossing aquarium tour. It's like the same thing.
Yeah, but they're not like
in a different spot.
They're not like making fish. Like they're actually making like fossils. They're creating like fake bones that are like, here's the bones of Mr. Mime or whatever. I don't know, or Dratini or something like what. I think it's pretty wild, but I think it's going to be popular. So
interesting. I wonder, is there an educational bent to it? Like somehow, like
I thought it was.
If you like these, check out the real dinosaur.
Check out Sue. Yeah. No, I don't know. I
just want to see a Cubone pregnant with a mother Cubone pregnant with another Cubone.
Oh yeah, with the faces. You can steal the face. No, I think it's going to be fun. So check it out. It's weird that wasn't in Pokemon Presents. They didn't mention the fossil whatever thing in there. What else? Oh yeah, there's a release date for Pokemon Champions. That's basically kind of the new like Pokemon Coliseum, Pokemon Stadium, where it's all battles and it's going to be online.
It's like all rental, right? Like you can't have your own.
I don't know if
Pokemon.
you can transfer your stuff to it or not. You might be able to through like Pokemon Home or whatever, because they did mention, of course, we figured that you can do that with Fire Red and Leaf Green. You can bring Pokemon from that to Pokemon Legends Z through A, or you can bring it to Pokemon Winds and Waves, or Wind and Waves, whatever it is, the new one, which is Switch 2 only, and actually looks pretty great, like graphic-wise. Like, I think it looks cool. There's some underwater stuff going on there, so people are speculating that there's going to be, some scuba diving stuff or swimming or whatever, and yeah, got some extra time to spend with Switch 2 or whatever, and I think this being a Switch 2 exclusive is going to be a big deal for selling.
I am kind of surprised
that it's not on Switch 1.
Yes,
I mean they eventually they drop the DS for 3DS, and you got to move on to the next thing. So I think it's going to sell a lot of people who are like, I don't need a Switch 2 because I got all the Pokemon games on there. I thought it was really interesting that it's not coming out this year. It's not coming out till 2027, but maybe they want to spend more time on the graphics and all that to make it look better. I mean, what did you think of it, Jeremy? Of Wind and Waves?
it looks cool. I mean, just like when I first seen Sword and Shield and thought, wow, it's finally like that console Pokemon we wanted. Like this seems more like fully in step with that, or at least I hope so. Because it's like better hardware, and I'm hoping it can actually handle what they're going to try to do with it. With Game Freak, what they're going to throw at the Switch 2. Like, I hope it is optimized and it works well, because it has the potential to be finally the console Pokemon game we wanted.
The
I didn't see
water
the trailer for this. I thought it looked beautiful. The waves look really choppy.
Oh yeah,
and
the water
detailed.
animations.
That's what I was going to say. The water looks a lot better than it did in Scarlet and Violet, which I like Scarlet and Violet, but the water stuff was when it got the worst as far as like frame rate. It dropped to like 10 frames or 5 frames a second or whatever. That was the worst part of the game, was trying to fight any of the water Pokemon there, because it couldn't handle the waves or whatever, and it was mostly just blue, but this actually looks like water. It looks great. So
Did it say anywhere on the trailer that this is gameplay footage, or did it say this is not gameplay?
It said
footage?
it is not.
Okay.
Very explicitly, yeah.
It did?
On the bottom part.
yeah, I thought it just said actual. Here, hold on. It's right here. I can't read it because I'm too old. Something actual gameplay footage from a product. I can't read it because the font's too small.
It says not actual gameplay footage, I'm pretty sure.
Not representative of actual gameplay experience. Screenshots and footage are from a product in development and not final. So it did say that it is from the game. It's just not the final product.
Well, it could be from the product, but a cutscene or something.
Yeah, but they've never really.
I'm a little skeptical.
I don't know. They've never really done like full on FMV cutscenes for Pokemon. I think it's funny that they showed a windmill like right at the beginning there, for anybody who remembers the choppy one from Scarlet and Violet. But no, I mean, I like these games, and those waves look really good. So hopefully it works out. What do you think about the starters, Jeremy? Are there any that you're like interested in?
They looked very familiar to Sword and Shield, actually.
Yeah,
It just reminded me of those guys. There's only so many like starter of the 3 types you can see where they don't all just kind of start to look the same. It's like, oh yeah, some kind of lizard, chameleon, water thing, some sort of like.
Didn't Sword and Shield have the duck? Wasn't Sword and Shield had like the duck with like the Trump hair or whatever? And that was and that had like the score bunny, right? Like because
that was like the
bunny.
British one, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
There's like the Wheezing that had like the top hat.
I mean, obviously, if you're going to pick a starter, you got to see what the final evolution is of them. But I like the bird thing. I like the grass bird thing, probably because it kind of reminds me of my other favorite starter that that I got right over here for the patrons, and that is Rowlet. This fucker. Rowlet was the grass owl, which I like a lot. Which I have a stuffed animal of that somewhere too.
What's Rowlet from? Is that Sword and Shield?
This guy. I think Rowlet's from Sun and Moon.
That's right.
On 3DS.
Right.
And this guy ends up turning into he basically becomes Robin Hood. He's got like a hood and an arrow and a bow and arrow, but I love this little fucker. He gets completely different. But yeah, you always got to see what they'll evolve to, obviously, and decide from there. But yeah, I hope it works out well for him. I hope it ends up being good, because I like these games. I wish it was coming out this year, so there'd be something for me to distract me from everybody talking about GTA. I think they could have actually stood tall with them, because Pokemon sells a lot of games.
I don't think that the delay is because of GTA. I think it's.
I don't think so. I
don't think so
either.
Like, hey, let's actually put some more dev time into this and make it look really good.
I don't think so either. They normally come out at Thanksgiving, and if GTA comes out this year, it would be out around the same time, and I'd like for there to be a game that I care about out at the same time, so I can, not pay attention to anybody who's talking about all that shit that I don't care about. But yeah. And you got the Pokemon, the Pikachu couple at the beginning too. What, Wavy Chew and Windy Chew or something like that? Mr. Wave Chew and Windy Chew. I don't know what they're all about.
Very mascotty.
Yeah. Don't know what they're about, but sure. I don't know. I thought it was a pretty good Pokemon Presents. I thought the indie world was pretty good too, and most of the time I thought it was pretty good. I don't really care for those. Because,
the indie world was short and sweet. I think it did well for what it was.
Yeah, it had a lot more things I was interested in. Like, I feel like I never really know what to think of with these indie ones, because most of the time it's like roguelikes and cozy games, Like, it feels like it's mostly, and I'm like, and a lot of it's like, well, what will I actually, there's so many indie games out there. It's like, what's going to be the one that's actually going to make me care, Like, that's kind of how I feel. And I felt like there was enough with this one, and it was bookended with great things, with Denshattack and Blueprints from the beginning and end. So, and Blueprints was a huge thing. I thought it was funny. I saw rumors, people saying like Expedition 33 or whatever. I was like, that's way too big, I think, for an indie direct. I don't know.
It is. I mean, it would be a partner direct, not an indie direct, I think.
Yeah. So I guess people are still holding the candle for that one, but yeah, no, I thought it was good. I thought they were both good. And on that note, why don't we take a break, and then we'll come back and talk about whatever we've been playing.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Hey, you.
It's me, Mario.
Yeah, you. Subscribe to our Patreon to hear our bonus shows, which happen every month.
I'm tired.
Tired of all the big corporate podcasts spoon-feeding you the same old video game news on every single show?
Spaghetti. Ravioli.
Then expand!
With NintenDomain Expansion Pack.
It's us talking about old games that were important to us. It's us interviewing people that we meet at conventions. And heck, it's live shows from those same conventions. It's basically everything you could want that NintenDomain ever made.
Here we go! And it's just $1 a month.
That's less than a bad indie on the eShop.
It's $12 a year, which is less than Nintendo Switch Online.
Thank you so much for subscribing to our Patreon and supporting NintenDomain.
Just go to patreon.com/NintenDomain podcast and hey, Mario, let go. Whoa! He's throwing us back to the show.
So long, Bowser.
Patreon.com/NintenDomain podcast.
Game over.
Anyway, all right, we're back from the break, and let's continue on to the part of our show where we talk about games that we got and games that we've been playing. I got a really big one, so do you guys want to talk about your stuff, and then I'll talk about the big one? I mean, John has a big one too that you got that you've been excited about.
Mine's short. Why don't I just do mine real quick and get it over with?
Go ahead, Jeremy.
Sure.
So the big thing I did this week was I finished Pirate Yakuza Like a Dragon, so beating that one as well.
How long was it? Did you know what your?
It was pretty short.
Was?
I played around 20 hours.
Like 30 hours. Yeah, I guess
30.
I should have figured that because I know like the Man Who Erased His Name was pretty short, like compared to most Yakuza games, and I guess since like Majima is like a Gaiden like spin-off game, I should have imagined it'd be like shorter than like than like Infinite Wealth is.
There's
like
a lot of stuff with the sailing I have left to do, and like I can go back to the Coliseum and complete a bunch of challenges. So there's still stuff to do if I want to keep playing, but as far as the adventure goes, that was fairly easy to finish. Like by the time I got to wanting to try out the final boss and stuff, like I got through it real easy because I was leveled up so much. So I played the game the way I was supposed to then, I guess. So I really like that game. One thing I think I forgot to mention last week is that they do like these musical numbers in it that are pretty cool.
Oh yeah,
And,
well, yeah. I mean, I figure it's similar to the Majima construction stuff from Yakuza Kiwami 2, because they'll sing to you whenever you complete whenever you complete one of the levels. Like Majima and a bunch of other people will sing. It was in my video Game of the Year stuff, but
there's a whole pirate song about them having their own pirate ship and they come back to it at the end of this. There's sort of a reprise at the end of the game. I don't think anyone would be surprised to find that out if they'd played any of the game, but I thought the game was pretty cool and satisfying, and I enjoyed spending some more time in the post Kiryu Honolulu area. Not that he's gone, but that he isn't there anymore.
Sure.
And everybody kind of remembers him being there, and him and Ichiban. So you hear about them a lot, and like I said, you get to friend a lot of the people that were in the last games, and put them on your ship as crew members. So that's pretty fun too.
Yeah, from what I heard, like the way you recruit your motorcycle gang in Yakuza Kiwami 3 is pretty much the same as how you recruit cool. the people for the pirate ship in that game. At least the people, they always reuse assets but change them in different ways. And from what I heard, it's kind of the same. Like you get your motorcycle gang like in a similar way.
Are there like motorcycle gang battles in that one?
Yeah, there's like kind of like it's kind of like a tower defense thing where you ride your motorcycle from one battle to another.
I will say there are parts of this game that straight up felt like a Muso towards the end.
Yeah, no, that part totally does. The motorcycle battles, and I did kind of say that with Kiwami too, where there are parts where you're like fighting a lot of people at once, and I was like, this is kind of like, it's like a Hyrule Warriors or whatever, except for you don't have to guard certain places. But in Kiwami 3, you do kind of, there's different areas that you'll have different groups guarding different areas, and you go from one to another. So it feels even more like a Muso game, like in the motorcycle gang battles. So, and yeah, you ride your motorcycle from spot to spot, but you can also Akira slide into the bad guys. Of course, you can hit them with your motorcycle and knock them down and all that stuff. So you can use it as like, as a battle tactic as well. Aside from
Yeah, I'll
just
probably be
moving.
taking a little break from the Yakuza games for a little bit, but I definitely want to get into Zero or Kiwami or something next. I want to play something a little different. I actually really was interested in the there's like a feudal Japan one.
Yeah, that's Ishin. I mentioned that because you had mentioned when you were playing Infinite Wealth, you're like, oh, this would work work good as a samurai game, and I was like, well, they actually, I think it was originally a PS2 game, but yeah, they re-released it for PS4 like a few years ago. It's like a Dragon Ishin is what it's called. That one was on sale too. I mean, these games go on sale all the time. I have that one also. I got that one on PS4. I only played it a little bit, but I think it's funny that the two that you've beat are the two that I haven't played. Infinite Wealth and
Yeah, we've covered
and the Pirate Majima, but I've played every single other one.
Yeah.
Even the zombie game. I played that one finally. I've always wanted to. It's called like Of the End or
Like a zombie.
over the End or something like that. And it was not reviewed very well, but I always wanted to play it. And like the physical copy of it's pretty expensive, but I found out that you could buy it for $20 on PS3 internet, like on the PS3 shop. So I bought it like a year ago or something and just played it a little bit. But yeah, it's like a zombie game that you go around and shoot zombies, but the control's not great. It was just I always wanted to play it though, and I finally have it. But yeah, you made it through that.
Yeah, and then otherwise I've been playing because I want to get into the mood whenever I'm able to finally afford it to play the newest Resident Evil. I'm trying to play through 8. So I actually got the furthest I've gotten in 8.
Eight is good. I don't know why
I'm fighting the lady boss.
Yeah, I don't know why it's taking you so
first
long.
place.
Oh
because I get lost because
check your maps.
Design stuff. I'm getting better at that. But there's like, for instance, I got stuck on this one spot for a long time. It turns out I had to like look at my ring, look at this ring, and then take the jewel out of the ring. But I didn't know that I could look at my items and do that because it never.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't feel like it never told me that. So it's little stuff like that I keep getting hung up on. But we got far into it up now. Yeah,
you got to examine every item that you get. I mean,
which you had to do in 4 as well.
It was in Resident Evil 1.
It was just evil, or evil. It was easier to do there. I felt like it was more part of the.
I was gonna say it's been in the game since the beginning. Like the one, especially like Resident Evil 1, you had to open things and look at it and find like keys hidden inside books and stuff like that. So yeah, check everything that you have because it might have a secret on it.
But yeah, I've been going around fighting the daughters and Lady Demescrew, or however you say her name, the tall lady.
Yeah, I remember her having a pretty crazy boss battle. Like, don't you fight her on the top of a castle or something like that, or have you gotten
Mostly
that far?
she's just chasing me through the mansion right now, and I've been like trying to find spots where I can just attack her, but I don't know if you can kill her there.
No, and you can't kill her until the end. But she does have a really like wild boss battle at the end. I remember that. I mean, everything's like kind of over the top for Village, and that's why I really liked it.
I mean, yeah, it's super over the top already. There's all these like basement things that I really hate. Like, I want to get through this basement section. I think it's part of why I got stuck is because I would get lost in the basements. Cause it looks the same down there.
Like with there's like jail cells and stuff, and that's where you fight a lot of the wolves, and or there's kind of like they kind of have like the classic monsters in there, that sort of thing.
But it's a cool game, and I've played enough of it to where I've actually been able to upgrade my handgun where it's doing pretty good damage, and I don't know. I'm just more invested in it than I have been before. So I plan on continuing to play this one this week.
It's a good game. I like it a
lot. A little
lot.
further into it. This week I played a demo called Under the Island.
Oh yeah, there was a demo for
people
that.
Talk about it.
What is that game?
It's like I'm trying to remember what the name of that one. What was the name of that one game? It was towards the beginning of the Switch. It was like called Blossom something or Blossom Tales or Blossom something. And it was like
Tales, right?
Is that what it was called? Because they've done a sequel since then, and it was like an indie.
I think I have that game.
Link to the Past kind of game, and that's what this is. So this game, like the
Blossom Tales 2, right?
The plot of this game,
there's two of them.
Under the Island. The plot of this game is like you got to go to this island. It's one of those sort of games where it's like it's summer break or whatever, or your parents got a job. I can't remember exactly why, but you have to go to this island. You don't want to go there because none of your friends are there. It's super isolated, and then there's like an actual like meteorological event that makes it to where for like 4 months of the year you can't contact the outside world because of this weird storm that develops around the island. So I think that becomes part of like the sort of plot of the game. But I managed to get like the demo lets you play like through the first dungeon up until where you're probably going to fight the boss. So I got like an item, it's very much like old school Zelda where you get like, I think you get like a flamethrower kind of item where you can light torches and stuff in the first dungeon. And it's fun. I mean, the combat's great. Instead of a sword, you get a hockey stick. I think it's a Canadian game. So it's like, I think you even get like a parody of like, it's dangerous. Please take this or whatever. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. And it's a hockey stick instead of a sword. And you beat up enemies with a hockey stick. But otherwise, it works the same way. Like you can like charge up here and do like a spin and all that. I was really enjoying it. It's really pretty and like and super lighthearted for the kind of game it is. Like, you're trying to save the world by going under the island and finding all these dungeons and stuff. So I think it's a cool game. I'm going to keep my eyes peeled for when I can buy games again. Maybe I'll buy this one. But I liked the demo enough that I played all the way through.
It's like $20 new. I'm sure it'll go on sale for less, but I should try out the demo for it because it has one.
It's a cool demo. It was probably my favorite demo I played this week of all the different stuff I tried. I think the only other thing I really tried was was the prison simulator. And then there was one called it was like a Backrooms inspired game called Pools. I played a little bit of that, but I've been kind of intrigued by like this Backrooms stuff. Like I'm actually kind of shocked they're making a theatrical movie already.
Is that a game, Backrooms?
It's kind of like an internet.
Well, it's also like
it's kind of like creepypasta.
It's a creepypasta, right? Yeah, because
it has become several games. I don't know if there's one definitive game that people.
Yeah, I don't know about the game, but I know Jess had told me about it because they had like this, kind of scary area like in the building that they work at that just where they just put all the shit they don't use. There's this like one floor that just has a whole bunch of old like furniture and file cabinets or whatever.
It's like liminal spaces taken to an extreme.
It's the scary back room area.
Yeah, you take like all the liminal spaces in your life, take all the people out of them, and then tie them together. And in this case, it's just like it's a never-ending office building that's flooded in certain spots, and it just keeps going and going and going and going. And you think you're walking towards an exit, but it's just a window that's really thick glass you can't get through. So I'm interested how they're going to make a fucking movie out of this. Especially, is it A24 doing it as well? It's like it's going to be some sort of like really experimental artsy.
Yeah,
I don't know. They've expanded they make a lot of things now.
I guess so.
I mean, they made the
experimental artsy movies.
Elevated horror. This seems to be their kind of thing.
I mean, I'm saying they don't just do horror anymore. Like
this would be elevated horror, I would think.
They've expanded to a lot of other stuff now. I mean, I feel like almost half of the movies that were Oscar nominated are A24 movies.
Could be even more like
Primal. Was pretty good.
I didn't watch the trailer. It kind of just looked like a demo for like the games I've played.
It pretty much did, which is part of the reason why I think it's pretty good. Because it's like, mission accomplished. Cool.
Is it all first person?
It's all
yes.
No person, really, technically.
Yeah. Or it's just like camera moving down a hallway or whatever, Did you platinum Infinite Wealth, Jeremy, or did you get close?
No,
do you check your trophies?
No, I didn't platinum it, but I did pretty well. I kind of stopped caring because a lot of the stuff I had to do was just busy work oriented, and I'd already kind of done so much of the quest based busy work that I didn't want to go back and do it.
Oh, okay. I was just curious, like how close you got, because that's one thing I really miss about the PlayStation stuff was trophies. Like I was pretty into that, and I did platinum a few things as long as the game didn't require me to like play it again on like super hard difficulty or whatever. I would. Yeah. I had a good amount of platinums, and a lot of those re-released like PS2 games, all you had to do was beat them, and you'd get a platinum for it.
The only platinum I have stands at the first cat story or whatever that was, a cat.
Oh yeah, I remember those. Yeah, I got one of those. I never beat it. Like there's like 3 of them, right?
I got the platinum on the first one.
Yeah, what was it? The Game of Thrones like Telltale game. Like Jess and I played through that again together, and you get a platinum for beating it. That's one of. There's like some that are pretty easy to get platinums on. That was one of them. I platinumed Marvel Superheroes because I loved that game. But it would like stuff like that, like like Yakuza that has a bunch of extra shit to do. As long as it doesn't involve like playing it on nightmare difficulty or whatever, I would normally try to platinum it.
Sweet, I played around a little bit with the Virtual Boy. I didn't play much of it, but the big thing I did is I remembered, and I had already figured this out before.
Oh, the Wario Land thing?
Yeah, I'd already figured this out before when the Labo VR set came out. That you could put your phone in it. It's just kind of hard to get your phone to line up right. But now that I have like a nicer iPhone with like a higher quality screen, like I turned up the brightness up all the way, and then I ran it on like the highest resolution on YouTube, and there's some like aquarium videos I could watch in 3D where you're just like going through water and looking at fish.
Oh,
and it looked really good.
You put your phone in the regular Labo one?
Yeah. Or you can do it in the Virtual Boy one as well. It just kind of sits in there, and you got to kind of get it like in the right spot.
Yeah, and you don't see like the outside of it too much.
You do, yeah, but you can still get the effect and like adjust the screen and stuff. And I watched some 3D YouTube videos just because I could.
Yeah, I heard there were some in there because some people were, whatever, like put YouTube on Switch too, so I can watch 3D videos on there or whatever with the Virtual Boy thing. Did you get past the Wario Land stuff, or have you not played that?
No. I just kind of messed around.
You got stuck
a little bit this week. The Virtual Boy thing is about how I expected it to be. That it was just a novelty for a couple of days, and then I stopped caring about it again.
Well, in case we don't get to it, there was actually an announcement that we are getting more Virtual Boy games already next week on Mar 10. Finally, something for Mar 10. I don't think we ever get anything from Mar 10.
And they're all it's all Mario eShop releases, that dude.
Yeah, it's Mario Tennis.
Or Mario VC releases, I should say.
Mario Tennis, Mario Clash, and Mario vs. DK, the Game Boy Advance version.
Game Boy Advance, yeah.
Which is a really good game. They did a remake of it, but now you can just play it on NSO.
Yeah, they did that remake recently, but now you can just play it. So.
It was like a couple of years ago, but still, yeah. That game's awesome. So I'd recommend. I mean, I know you've already played it through it, Jeremy, but if you haven't, John, I recommend you playing it because it's good. But
I played all the way through it on the original Game Boy Advance. I actually own the cartridge.
I know. I was like hanging out with you when you did it. I think you beat it before I did, and you told me it had a really, really cool boss. And then I played it later. And
vaguely,
it did
remember.
It did have a cool boss. But yeah. Is that good for you then?
Yes.
All right.
Well, on my end, a little bit more Animal Crossing, not too much more there. I got a yacht. That's pretty cool. I don't know that was in the game.
Like in the water?
No, it's on a trailer. So I have a car too. And I parked it.
Oh, that you put like in the world, like on the island somewhere?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, I got a luxury car. Yeah, it was 300,000 bells, and I parked it in my driveway. And then I also just the other day got a yacht, so I hitched it to the car.
Oh wow, yeah, I didn't know. I guess I never found that.
I miss the good old days when you could just pull a yacht behind your car. Nowadays, it has to live on the water.
Yeah. Cars used to be stronger back then, or back whenever.
Yeah, so that's that. I'll talk about Planet of Lana first because I played that a little bit more. I mentioned it last week, but I really got more into it this week.
Planet of Lana 2 is out now, right? Or this week? It's coming out this week.
It's out.
Probably now, officially.
Yeah, on the 5th. There's a lot of games coming out on the 5th.
Yep.
Including this one.
There's been a lot of stuff coming out every week of this year.
So there's Planet of Lana 2. There's also a collection that you can get, but I got to warn people, don't get the collection yet because Planet of Lana 1 is on sale still until the 15th. And it doesn't make sense to get the collection because it just adds up to more. You can get the original game and then number 2 separately, and you'd be paying $24.99 versus the collection is $34.99 because number 1 is on sale for $6. So yeah, do that. But I'm really enjoying number 1 now that I've gotten more into it. I found sort of the unique angle that this game takes among other puzzle platformers, and that angle is that you command a second character, which is a little dog-like alien, and so you can essentially think of this game as like a co-op puzzle platformer for just one player. Like you have to kind of tell your dog to go here, go there, and you can hit a switch that's inaccessible to you. What's that?
Lost Vikings.
Lost Vikings.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I played that game. It was in the the Blizzard Arcade collection or whatever. Yeah, I got that so I could play Blackthorn, and I did. I beat it. On stream.
This is nice, sort of ethereal, peaceful type of game. There's no speech, but there's, like I said last week, there's like little grunts and intonations and that kind of thing, and it's just kind of nice little zone out, peaceful easy, breezy kind of game with beautiful art style, and I'm enjoying just like sitting back and enjoying some low threat type of atmosphere, easygoing puzzle solving. I like it.
No stakes, less stakes.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Blueprints is all about that low stakes.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get into that. I'm gonna have to find a day when I'm just I don't have anything else to do and just plug in on that, because I think I'm gonna get lost pretty easy.
Just get yourself into that Blueprints. Yes.
Go out, buy yourself a blueberry pie, and then get some blue corn tortillas and some salsa, and just get some blue curacao. Make your own blue drinks.
Have another screen, watch Bluey at the same time.
Yeah. Have the Blue's Clues theme song playing the whole time.
That's the plan. Well, I also got Disney Afternoon Collection.
Yeah, that game came out finally with some bonus games on there.
Yeah, 7 years later. But this is cool.
We've been talking about this game for a really long time.
Was it that long since it was? Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 7 years.
Because I think it launched like originally like right around when the Switch 1 came out.
Mm.
It's just like Xbox One stuff.
So it was like everybody was like, "Oh, why isn't it on Switch?" And I think it was just they just didn't know like what the Switch would be, and then it just finally got there now, much later.
But yeah, we all know the story with this one. It's Digital Eclipse. They do the nice packages with background information and all that. And this, as I understand it, was kind of the first of those. And you could sort of tell, it's not as robust as the later ones, the Atari 50 and all that. There's a good, I would say, probably hour of extra content that you can sift through. Not video or anything like that, but just if you want to read everything, look at all the photos. It's probably about an hour or so. And there's a jukebox with all the songs. You can play any song you want and all that kind of stuff. But still, it's interesting, and it's cool to see, now that I'm such a fan of their later work, just to see where it started with this one. And it's also nice to like do a little nostalgia trip to the Disney afternoon, late or early 90s rather. Because I did watch those shows back then. Mostly I watched DuckTales and I watched Chip and Dale, and I wasn't so into like Tailspin or the other ones. I didn't watch Darkwing Duck. I was already watching Batman at the time, and I was like, why would I watch the
Darkwing Duck was like a later one,
version.
Right? It was later. Darkwing Duck was it was
a little
later
I
after
think.
like DuckTales, all that.
I just think further back,
I think.
Count Duckula was my dark winged duck. That
Duckula.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember that guy.
I have Count Duckula comic books.
Actually, maybe you remember this, maybe you don't, but the final villain of DuckTales is Duckula.
Oh, I know.
Their version of it.
I've beaten DuckTales lots of times. That was so like the first game I ever beat was Anticipation because it was really easy to play it single player, but the second game I ever beat was DuckTales. So I've beat that game.
It was one of my first
hundreds of times. Well, me and my friend Daniel, I used to stay at his house after school. His mom would like babysit me. And we would just play that game over and over again. The game has like 3 different endings. We've seen all of them, depending on how much money you have. We saw the one with no money. There's like no money, mid money, and all the money. There's 3 different ones.
Yeah, I got all the money one. Every level has a secret gem that you got to find.
All the money one shows him swimming at the end. So I don't know if you got that one or not, but it shows him swimming in the money, like like Scrooge in the paper.
Oh, yeah, no, I got that one. Yeah, the newspaper. Yeah.
Okay, the one that you showed me is a different one, so maybe you beat it a different time.
Oh, I don't know.
Like the picture of Scrooge that's in the paper will be different. That's how the different endings are. Like the one when he's in the money swimming, that's the one with the most.
Yeah, I don't remember which one I got. But
like you have to, you can get all the treasures, but you have to hit a certain amount of money or whatever. Aside, I don't remember how much it is, but we saw all of them.
Well, yeah, so I beat that game. And next I'm going to go for Chip and Dale because that was the other one that I really liked. Although I have started playing DuckTales too, which is interesting.
Yeah, I just barely played that on a ROM for way back in the beginning of NintenDomain. We did a DuckTales episode, and I just played it a little bit. But yeah, never. It was always just kind of never really got into it. That's kind of one of the main things I would like to get into from this collection is that game, the second one.
Yeah, so you can do some other stuff now with your cane, like you can hook things and drag them, or you can, like when you're jumping, there might be a ring that you can hook your cane onto. Yeah. Man, more excellent platforming from Capcom back in the day. All of it's a little bit of a spin on Mega Man. They're that have that kind of feel with the jump and the weight and all that, and level designs
and the different areas. Like, well, I guess you don't get weapons from the bosses, but it does kind of have like the openness of Mega Man, where it's like, oh yeah, here's a bunch. You can go to these places, like all from the start.
Right? And they do the thing where there's obviously the door to the boss, and then it scrolls over very slowly and all that. It feels.
Oh yeah, where they kind of like load up their life bar or whatever.
And I played Darkwing Duck as well, which also again feels like a Mega Man twist. I wouldn't say it feels exactly like DuckTales or like Mega Man, but yeah, there it is. The roots are there. The Tailspin one was like probably the least interesting to me. It's a side-scrolling shooter, and you can like hit your button to turn your plane upside down, and the light kind of cutesy shooter. I don't know if I'll do that one too much.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever played that one. I might have rented it, but I don't know.
Bonkers is a 16-bit, Super Nintendo, nice looking cartoony platformer, well animated, expressive. I liked it. I didn't play much of Goof Troop or Goof Troop. Yeah,
I think this is Goof Troop, right? Yeah, that's the one made by the Resident Evil guy.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't play much of it yet, but I'm intrigued just by that. I want to see the Resident Evil guys' take on Goof Troop.
I mean, from what I've heard, it's basically a Zelda game. Like it's like that sort of thing. It's a top-down adventure.
It's a top-down puzzle adventure.
Yeah, it's like a.
That's why I didn't really touch it. It seemed like one of the bigger games. I didn't really get into it. Yeah, overall, this is really a good purchase. I think I don't know what the full price is. I think I got it on sale for $17, and well worth it. I'm swimming in 1990s nostalgia. It's great.
Yeah, I'd like to get it at some point. It's just like you said. There's a lot of fucking shit coming out right now, and it's like, I don't know. And I don't know if Disney Afternoon Collection did come out the same year as the Switch one. It came out in 2017, April of 2017. So it's almost fucking 9 years old. The original version. So, yikes. So it was a long time. But I do remember it being, because Switch came out in March. It came out the month later, and everybody was like, why is this not on Switch? And it took 9 years to finally get there. Took their fucking time, they did.
Well, Bonkers is a pretty big, complicated game. They were working on Bonkers the entire time.
Yeah.
That must have been it.
Sure. And you had Goof Troop. All right. Well, that's good for you.
Yep.
Well, I played, before I played the big one, I was still playing Yakuza Kiwami 3, and I switched it to Dark Ties. As I said last week, I started playing as Mine, but I got into it a lot more. I did a bunch of the Kanda damage control, as it's called, and Kanda is the big guy who gets out of the prison in the beginning of the game. You played the demo, Jeremy, so you kind of know who I'm talking about. He's a guy who gets out of the prison. He's super problematic with people, and basically, Kanda damage control is you basically need to make him more likable. So there's like levels to him, and basically you go around and do nice things and say that your name is Kanda. Is basically what you do. So so everybody's gets the idea that Kanda's cool and not a shitbag, which he is. He's a terrible person. I don't know why he's doing all this stuff for him. I guess he saves his life at one point, so maybe that's why. But there's just funny, it's basically like your normal like side quest stuff, but it's all like Kanda centric, like there's and I did put pictures in the notes there just because I thought it was funny because they do directly reference the Pirate Majima game, because there's a side quest that you go to this bar and there's this group of theater kids that go there and they dress up like they dress up like Yakuza. And they get really rowdy when they're drunk and they start fighting each other and like breaking stuff at the bar and all that. So you go and you go and you, like you do in most Yakuza games, you go and beat the shit out of them and they leave. And then there's a second part where you come back and they're dressed as pirates now, and then you have to beat them as pirates. And as you're leaving the bar, there's a scene where Mine looks at a pirate hat on the ground and he's like, Yakuza pirates, that would never work, or like something like that. He says like, he basically references the other game. Yeah, he says, Yakuza fighting pirates at sea? Nah, that's too far-fetched, even for fiction. That's what he says in the game. So they, these games always like to reference the other ones, and I just thought it was funny that I was like, oh yeah, there it is right there, like referencing the game that came out before this, because they always do that. But one thing I thought was really interesting is actually a roguelite that I kind of like, I guess. Rogue Like a Dragon, as I should have called it, which I heard that in a trailer. I didn't make that up. But there's a roguelike in there called Survival Hell is what it's called. And I'm imagining it's probably similar to the dungeons in Infinite Wealth that you were talking about. It's like a maze that you go through, and there's different guys that appear. Like some of them have traps and stuff. And you basically have to defeat a specific like guard to a there'll be like a boss on the level, and then you ring, and then there's a gong that you hit that you'll kick, and then you'll get sent to a different place where you have to fight another guy, but it's a maze where you have to find them, and there's like there's treasures that'll like make your attack stronger, like give you some of your life back, like stuff like that, and it'll build up your percentage. You can also hire people to hang out with you, or to be like your party or whatever. You can bring a party with you.
Are they called pound mates?
I don't know. No, they're not, but they should be. No, I don't remember exactly what it is.
That's what they're called in the games I've played.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't remember what to call them. I think they were just like assistants or whatever. But yeah, you can buy them, and you have to pay them to go with you into the maze also. So you have to have money for that. And there's like different levels, and if you get through all of them, you unlock the final kind of damage control mission or whatever. It's a thing you want to go through. So I went through like a couple of them, like just to play around with, and it's a good thing to play. Like it's a good like editing thing to play, because you don't have to spend that much time in it. But there's this aside from the regular roguelite stuff, there's a mode where you just fight guys. It's basically like the Coliseum mode on any of the other Yakuza games. But in this one, it seemed a little bit harder. Like you'll fight you'll have 3 different stages where you'll fight, like sometimes you'll fight a few guys, sometimes you'll fight just one guy. But what I thought was really interesting about this is you really have to dodge, because you can't you can't heal yourself at all. You have to get through a certain amount of guys without getting killed. And a lot of it is very much like, dodging on the moment, and you get a little bit of witch time in there, so it kind of reminded me of like Ease or like a Bayonetta, like that sort of thing. But it was really cool, like, once I figured it out. But I was just getting my ass handed to me, and I'm pretty much fully leveled up, and I'm like, why is this? I was like, oh, because I'm not dodging. Like, I have to dodge. Because a lot of the guys, you can't hit them unless you dodge. Like, they'll block everything unless you do the dodge at the right time. So it was just a cool mechanic that I hadn't seen it, like, leaned on as much in, like, other Yakuza games. Most of the time, you can just button mash your way through a lot of the fights, but this one you actually had to kind of be like, real defensive about it, where you got to like be ready to dodge and then hit him and then be able to dodge again, because there's some wrestlers in there that do some crazy brawl moves that like hurt a lot too. Like, well, they suplex you or whatever, and it'll take a lot of life off of you. So I was like, oh, that's really cool. So I was playing that until I played the other game, which I haven't returned to Yakuza ever since. But I guess Jess had heard me talking about being sad about not being able to buy any games on the podcast, and they bought me some eShop cards, and did like
I was wondering about that.
Did like a little scavenger hunt thing too, which was fun. Like put like some cards with hints on them, where I find another card, and then eventually I found 3 $20 eShop cards, so that's $60 right there. To help me out to buy a game, and of course I went for Resident Evil 8. No, I already have 8. Resident Evil 9. Resident Evil Requiem is what I went for, and I've been playing nothing other than that. I'm at like around like 20 hours now, and I think I'm at the end. I think I'm at the final boss pretty much.
What?
That's pretty quick.
Well, I mean, all Resident Evil games are not that long, but the idea is you go through them multiple times and try to beat your score and your time limit. I mean, in Resident Evil on GameCube, I got to the point where I could beat it in less than 90 minutes. So, I mean, that's how these games work. You got to find the routes, and now that you know where everything is, you can go back. And this one works like how Resident Evil 7 and 8 do, where there's challenges that you do, and you get points for doing that, which is, like I said, interactive achievements, my favorite thing. Uh-huh. You get challenges that you do, and you get points for the challenges, and with that, you could buy new weapons and, like, infinite ammo. I mean, Resident Evil 8 and Village, you can buy a fucking lightsaber. You can buy the Darth Maul double-bladed lightsaber if you get enough points, like, stuff like that. So the idea is you go through it over and over again, and you get all these points, and you buy more stuff to where you can beat the game in, like, an hour. I saw somebody had already had beat the game in an hour 40 minutes, which I'm like, really? Like, you gotta run through all that shit. There's a lot happening in this game. But I mean, yeah, if you get all your stuff like leveled up, that's how it works. I was gonna say, when you're going through Village, keep in mind, like, all of your weapons that you completely level up all the way, those will be the ones that you can get infinite ammo with in the second time around if you make it to the second one. So I didn't know that the first time, because you can only buy infinite ammo for ones that you've maxed out. So, but that'll carry on like a New Game Plus thing the next time. So just, try to max out all your weapons before you sell them or whatever, like that sort of thing. If you're dealing with your, with what you can carry with you. But yeah, Resident Evil 8 is cool. I don't want to spoil anything about it, but I've really been enjoying it.
Do you mean 9?
Huh?
You said 8.
You mean 9?
Oh, yeah. I've already played 8. 8 is cool, too. I had 8 on the mind because I was just talking about it. No, Resident Evil 9, Requiem, Re9uiem, whatever you want to call it, is cool. And I like Grace. I actually like Grace's stuff better than Leon's stuff. So I like her better. Because you could say, the way I would describe it is, there's different parts to the game. When you play as Grace is more like original Resident Evil, like Resident Evil 1, like Resident Evil 7. And Leon's like Resident Evil 8, like Resident Evil 4, 5 even maybe, where it's more action and less scary, And I kind of like this. I like the slow pace, like more, like the Resident Evil shit. Like pick up look at a picture that has a password on it that you go and take over to another thing to find another. Like, I love that stuff. And even like, as much as I love Village, I don't think Village ever really got to that type of Resident Evil where you're like, and you're in a mansion. You're in this like hospital that looks like the mansion from the original game with Grace. And it's, it's obviously there. I've been doing it in the way it's recommended, I guess, by the developers. I play Grace in first-person mode, and I play Leon in third-person mode. That's how they have it set up. I kind of moved it back and forth a little bit, but I think that Grace in first-person works better because you need to like cover the areas more. You need to examine more so you can see better without a person in front of you the whole time. So that's what I did. And there's some heavy action Leon stuff where I thought about switching it to first person, but once you upgrade your weapons and put laser sights on them, everything will automatically become first person whenever you aim. So
that's awesome.
So it doesn't really matter. You can play third person and first person at the same time. And you can walk and move while you're in aim mode and all that stuff. But no, I like it a lot. I think it looks great. You can see that, the hair looks a little dry, but it doesn't bother me. Like, I was listening to Digital Foundry talk about it, and I guess it's like 500p on the base, but it's like it uses DLSS or something like that to move it up to 1080p with 60 FPS or whatever. They had this like whole magic way that they did it to make it look good, and it looks great. Like, it looks really, really good. I feel like I'm playing like next generation game here because the characters look awesome and it looks good, and yeah, it runs in 60. Like, it's so smooth and it plays great. Like, I don't know. It's been blowing me away through the whole thing. I've been really, really, really into it. The playing Grace in the first person mode, it actually kind of reminds me of Metroid Prime, weirdly, because Metroid, you would walk around in first person, but there were so many cutscenes of outside of the first person where you see Samus doing things. It's the same thing with this. Like, you'll walk around with Grace, but then it'll show Grace doing things in cutscenes, so you don't really feel like you're not seeing her as a person doing stuff and all that. So, and it starts off like it makes you think that you need to like, you gotta like hide from zombies and all that, and I don't like doing that. So, thankfully, once I figured out like the whole blood mechanic, so you have you get a blood thing where you can basically take blood from every zombie that you kill, and once you do that, you can start making bullets with the blood. And once I started making bullets with the blood, all of a sudden I had like 100 handgun bullets, and I'm fucking shooting everybody. I'm killing everybody in the mansion, and I was like, okay, I like this better. Even though there is some stuff where like you kill them once and they'll come back with this, their head will get super huge. And it's really hard to kill them after that, which they kind of did that in Resident Evil 4 too, right? Where the
crimson zombies,
the insect dudes would like come out, like the insect heads would come out after you shoot their head off. Like, it's like that sort of thing where it's harder to do it. But there's ways, you found ways around. Like, there's also like you can make like an injector thing, which actually, if you ever watch Blade 1 with Wesley Snipes, they had those things in there where he sticks the blood injector and they explode. It's like the exact same thing, except in Resident Evil 9.
I want to go back for a second to making bullets with blood. Please explain.
Well, you get a blood collector thing, so you kill a zombie, and it'll show it on the map. It'll show all the blood parts that you haven't got. And you have like a little, it's like a syringe thing, and you stick it in blood, and you pull the blood, and you collect the blood. And it's a craft thing. You mix blood with another thing, and you make bullets. It doesn't make sense, but it works in the game. Like you mix it with like a scrap, like cloth, a scrap of cloth with blood, and it makes handgun bullets. I don't know. I don't question it. It helps me live in the game.
What you
so
do is
I'm
you
fine.
extract all the iron from the hemoglobin, and
I got it.
you smelt it into iron bullets.
I mean, you can
I
make
see.
pretty much anything out of it. It's pretty funny. Like later, there's some other. There's a lot of callback stuff in this game. I'll just tell you that. A lot of stuff that calls back to old Resident Evil games. Actually, really makes me wish that Resident Evil 2 Remake was on Switch so I could play that, because there's a lot of Resident Evil 2 stuff in here. But there's a specific zombie that you deal with from there that is really hard to kill, and you can throw like bottles of acid at them, and it'll instantly kill them. And you can make bottles of acid, and basically what you do, you take an empty bottle, put blood in it, boom, it's acid now. I don't know, doesn't make sense, but that's how it works. Same thing, you can make Molotov cocktails, also empty bottle plus blood, Molotov cocktail, boom. And with Leon, you can't take the blood from people, but you get you'll find like a gunpowder, so you'll take like gunpowder and mix it with a scrap, and then that becomes bullets or whatever, like that sort of thing. Or you take an herb and mix it with blood, and now it's a medical injector thing that will fully fill you up with life or whatever. You don't need to question it. It's fun. The game's fun. It's fine. It's just just have at it. But it's got it's definitely got some creepy stuff in there. I really like the slow paced horror stuff. The story's very cool. Like, I didn't really like Grace. There's a lot of Grace shit in there. She's got a story. She's got a story to tell there. Like
I would hope so.
Yeah, it's a lot of unexpected stuff. Leon, there's some super, what would you call it? Like a huge set piece, like moments with Leon. Like, there's a part where you do like this crazy platforming where you're like in a skyscraper, but it's all twisted, and you're like walking on the glass. And there's a part where you get in a motorcycle, and you basically drive all the way up to the top of a skyscraper and jump off of it. Like, there's all this really out there action stuff in there, which is really cool. So, and you can upgrade your weapons and all that like you would in Resident Evil Village. That was the one thing that kind of like made me like, oh, this is like too video gamey. Like, once you get to the Leon stuff, you basically get a bracelet that gives you, well, basically every time you kill somebody, it gives you money, and you use that to buy stuff. I was like, okay, that's kind of a little too far-fetched. It's basically taking your score or whatever and turning it into credit. I understand they want to find a way for you to get money to buy stuff from a shop, but there's no shopkeeper. But it's like, I thought that was kind of a little bit too much. I was like, all right, yeah, you get a bracelet to give you money from killing zombies. All right, this is the best you could come up with to try to find a way basically for you to get cash to upgrade your weapons. But I ended up getting the generation pack because you have to. You can't get one without the other. Because you're saving like $70 or whatever, right? Or 90. Actually, I think it's $90 that you're saving if with that. So Jess gave me 60, and I did actually I put some stuff on eBay, and I sold an old baseball hat that I had for like $40. So
nice.
That put me over. Yeah.
Sold that for $40. It was some kind of valuable hat.
Yeah, I actually put your hat that you gave me up for $40 too.
Did you?
The Final Fantasy one, yeah.
Final Fantasy, yeah.
Yeah. No, it was a Phoenix Suns hat that I had from the 90s.
Oh, nice.
Sold for $45. Yeah, no, some of those go for. Actually, I have this old Batman hat from the 60s that I saw somebody selling for $200. So
Nice.
I mean, yeah, I actually have some Marvel ones.
Damn, you've had that hat a long time.
I have some Marvel ones that I got that sell for like 60, I think. But I don't want to sell them because they're my Marvel hats. But yeah, some of those are pretty up there. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, was able to get some extra money for that, so I got it, and it's cool. I haven't played 7 and 8 at all because I've just been playing 9, but I did turn on 8 just enough to be let down to find out that my save did not transfer
That's lame.
from one to another. They don't support early adopters, as just Jeremy said. So they're like, fuck you for getting a cloud version. You don't get your save. I'm like, oh, come on, man. I put like 40 hours into that thing. I don't care. Resident Evil Village is fun. I'll go back and play it again. I still think, I mean, we'll see how like 9 ends, but I do think I like Village a little bit better still. Because what I really love about Resident Evil, I mean, I haven't played 7, but just the story of it, I just like that it doesn't have anything to do with any of the other games. Like, it's a brand new character. You don't need to know whatever weird shit happened in 6, or 5 or whatever. Like, some of the stuff in 9 I wouldn't even understood if I listened to the, in anticipation of playing the game while I was delivering, I listened to like Retronauts talking about 5 and 6. And I wouldn't have even known what the fuck BSAA it was if I didn't listen to that podcast because I never played 6, And there's a lot of, I do feel like it, I mean, I wish it, I get it, people like nostalgia or whatever, but I wish it was more set apart like 7 and 8 were. Like, this one is very much like, it wants you to be like, oh, remember this, this is from old Resident Evil, and it's like, I don't know, I hope they don't like completely ditch like Ethan and Rose's story from 7 and 8, because I like that they were characters that had never been in any other game. Like, we see Chris shows up in 8, but you don't need to know anything about him or where he's from or whatever. It's all Ethan's story, and I kind of like that more. Where this one's very much, there's a lot of stuff that relies on you knowing things about other games. Like, I found Tofu in there. Like, I wouldn't know who the fuck that guy was if I didn't know about the secrets of Resident Evil, like 2, right? He was a playable character in 2 and some of the other ones. He's basically a character made entirely out of tofu. I found him in a level, like, he's basically like he'll like stick his head out of a window and talk to you, and you can shoot him and he'll say stuff, but you can't get anything else. I found JoJo's locker from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So like I said, there's a lot of deep cuts in here. There's a locker key. It says JoJo on it, and you open it, and there's a PlayStation 1 in there, and there's like a Street Fighter Alpha 2, and there's a poster of Street Fighter Alpha 1. There's a Mega Man 8 CD in there, and Resident Evil 1. There's a Resident Evil CD in there, it's CD-ROM, like from PlayStation 1. I'm like, okay, all right. I mean, I do like, I don't know, it was kind of a silly thing to be in there, where it's like, do we need to see the game of the game that I'm playing that's saying that it's not a real thing? But yeah, and also, I don't have to worry about not having money for the amiibo, because they're not coming out for like a long time. The amiibo aren't coming out until the end of July, so I'm not going to get them gun skins until later. Gotta wait on my gun skins, which we'll see how much I'm playing it then. But no, I mean, it's great. I like it a lot. I think I'm pretty close to beating it, but once you beat it, you go back through it again and do it quicker and get new weapons and other fun stuff and all that. It has a lot of it does kind of remind me of Metal Gear Solid 4 too, because of like Leon being like old. It kind of reminds me of Old Snake. Yeah. There's a lot of it like, is this my last mission? I can't do this anymore. That sort of thing. Like a lot of stuff that you saw. A lot of stuff you saw in Metal Gear Solid 4. Leon does still have a lot of like really fun one-liners, so he does like crack me up, like where he'll say silly things. Like there was one I was playing, I was almost dead, and I like hit myself with the health like a herb whatever thing, bring my life back, and he said something like, oh yeah, the shit's good, or something like that. And he's like oh yeah, no, I really like this. But he'll like say little, have little comments about things, and he'll do one-liners against whenever you kill guys, and yeah, he's still saying like where did everybody go, to bingo? Like he's still doing great ones like that, like he did in Resident Evil 4. So I recommend everybody play it. It looks awesome on Switch too. And I have a lot of memories of Resident Evil with both of you, so it has a special place in my heart. Even though I've only beat like so many of them. Like I beat the crap out of the GameCube one because I love that one, and I beat 4, and then I beat 8, and I beat Revelations 2.
I think it's just 1 and 4 for me.
What? Just 1 and 4?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I beat the GameCube one and the
Code Veronica.
I beat the GameCube one and the DS one, and the one that was just the straight up PlayStation 1 Deadly Silence. There is a Capcom Spotlight happening tomorrow, And I've seen a lot of rumors out there saying that we're getting a remake of Code Veronica and 0 and 1, and that 10 is coming out in like 2029. This is like somebody being like, oh, I know things or whatever, but I think it's interesting that there's a Capcom Direct like right after the release of Resident Evil. What I really want to see is please give us like a generation pack of Resident Evil 2, 3, and 4 remake on Switch. Native. That's what I want on Switch 2 for like $60 or something with all three of them. That'd be great because I would love, because I do actually have Resident Evil 2 remake on PS4. I played it a little bit, but I'd like to play it on Switch. I never played 3, and I never played the remake of 4 either. So, yeah. But yeah,
I'd really like to see a remake of Code Veronica because I love that game.
Yeah, it's one of those that a lot of people still hold the candle for. So, I mean, you should do a remake of Code Veronica before you do 0. I don't think 0 was that good. I mean, you got like zombie leeches and a dude that looks like he stepped out of a Final Fantasy game. Like even when I was playing it, I was like, this guy does not fit. This guy looks like he's from Final Fantasy 8 or something. Looks like an anime character. I don't know. I always thought that looked weird. But yeah, that's good for me on games.
Just a few.
If you want to speed run some news, because I want to keep it at 2 and we're right about that right now.
News. Don't snooze or you miss the news.
Yeah, new releases. We got Scott Pilgrim EX.
Yeah, I did actually. Shake wanted me to offer an invite to both of you guys if you wanted to play game share on that, because he has that game, and you can game share it to like multiple people and play it online if they don't have the game. So
sure.
I saw it got reviewed really well, and apparently the music is somehow better than the first one, and the music was really, really good on the first one. So
it's on Managuchi again.
Yeah, same guy. So.
I'm
interested in, even though I don't really care much for the property, but I heard it's a more fun game than the original one was. So cool.
Last Ninja Collection, that looked pretty cool to me. I like these. I want to say around the area of the NES and a little bit before NES, perhaps.
Yeah, these are Commodore 64 games and Amiga Spectrum ones. But I had never heard of it. But I was just perusing the eShop as I normally do each week for this, just looking at what new is. But yeah, the last Ninja Collection plus bonus games, and I think it said like 7 games across 15 systems or something like that. So there you go. Like different versions of it.
At the inventory. That looks, that was a Telltale game. I remember when that came out. Was that like 10 years ago?
Which one? Oh wait, the Poker Night. No, this is a different one, because the original Poker Night one had Ash, had Bruce Campbell in there, and it had the guy from Adventure Brothers also. It had a completely different cast than who's in there right now. Because right now it's like Strong Bad and Max from Sam and Max and the dude from like Team Fortress or some shit like that I didn't recognize, and this is the sequel to that old one that you remember hearing about. Okay. But I mean, I guess it was I guess that one was released and nobody really remembered it, but it's $10. So I have to mention this one just because there'll never be any other time that I can mention it. Bulb Boy 2, Jar of Despair. So I bought Bulb Boy 1. This was like a first like months of Switch 1 when I was just trying to find something to play when there wasn't a whole lot of games there yet. And I bought Bulb Boy 1, and I had completely forgotten about it until I saw this sequel to it, because I didn't really think it was that great. But somehow, life finds a way to make a sequel to sort of shovelware that you bought just because you needed more things to play in your Switch 1.
7 years ago.
I mean, yeah, like 9 years ago. Almost, right? Yeah, 2017. But yeah, no, it's like I was just like, oh boy, what? I forgot about that. It's a game that I got, and it was fine. I guess it was okay, but it's like, it was in a time where there wasn't a whole lot to get, and I just wanted something to play on the Switch, and I got that game, and now it finally got a sequel coming out this week. Hooray!
And another boy too, a Super Meat Boy 3D.
Oh, that's not coming out this week though.
Not this week, no.
No, we're still on releases this week. Oh yeah, don't forget Pocopia is coming out, the big release for $70.
Yeah, sure. Some people are interested in that, I guess.
And John, not John, Jeremy, I think he might have been right. I've not seen any evidence of battling in this game, just building. Like last week you said there might not be any combat. I mean, I watched like part of a trailer or part of a review, and I kind of got bored halfway through, so I turned it off. But I mean, I'm really interested in it. I know they reviewed it. I think they gave it a 9 on IGN, and I wanted to see their review, but they never posted it. So
currently, I think on Metacritic, it's the highest rated Pokemon game.
that's what I've heard, or at least the highest one for a while.
Yeah.
Because I know last week we said
in the modern era, I guess.
We said like Resident Evil Requiem was the highest rated Resident Evil in a while. It's like 1 point above Village. It's like Resident Evil Requiem is 89 and Village is 88. Like it's not really like the only one that's kind of a doozy is 6. I think 6 has a 60 or whatever. But I mean that game blows. So apparently I don't know. Even though I'm kind of interested in playing it, just because of I guess I'm missing that part of the story. But also, I heard they made it all like fucking co-op, and I don't like co-op games. That's why I didn't like the other one. Yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else? Oh yeah, Super Meat Boy 3D. I think that got announced a couple weeks ago. We probably just didn't get to it yet, but it's coming to Switch. Confirmed
for 2026 sometime this year. So this one is called Guppy X. I just wanted to mention this because it's a 70s anime style game, and just on the heels of Orbitals, it's like, yes, more of this kind of stuff, please.
Oh, does it look like a Gundam then?
Well, it's a 2D shmup, so it's not like 3D and
Well, I'm just saying Gundam is a 70s anime, so if it's
I would say so.
If it's going to look like a 70s anime, it should look like Gundam, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, there's the gameplay, and then there's the cutscenes, and the cutscenes look like 70s anime. The gameplay to me looks a little bit different.
Sure.
What else we got here? A couple of things. Oh, Gecko Gods. This is one that was mentioned a long time ago in November of 2023, and it finally got a release date. It's coming out in April 16th. So yeah, it was mentioned in an indie world.
Don't forget about He-Man. He-Man got an official release date now too. The He-Man and Masters of the Universe beat 'em up, Dragon Pearl of Destruction. It's coming out at the end of
April 28th.
April 28th. I'm
really looking forward to this one.
Looks
finally a good He-Man game. We've never had a good He-Man game ever.
Finally. After right after I watched the Pokemon Direct, I saw that Rare announced that they were making a Rare Game Boy, and I was like, what? Like I honestly thought that they were releasing Rare cartridges that would go inside of the Game Boy, the Pokemon Game Boy, and would play like music from the Conquer Game Boy game or something, but no, it's a completely different thing. And somehow you can play Banjo-Kazooie with a control pad instead of a joystick, or instead of an analog stick. Which we'll see about that.
I think it's an Evercade. I think it's a Rare Evercade.
No, it's a Game Boy.
Isn't it? Well, it's called the Super Pocket Rare Edition.
Oh, well, in the video that they show is a Game Boy with it. I mean, well, it's a portable system with buttons that says Rare on it. So, I mean,
right. I mean, there's I thought they were associated with Evercade. I don't know. I could be completely wrong.
Well, it said that it plays Evercade carts. Is what it says. But does Evercade make handhelds?
I'm only like barely familiar with Evercade and what that is, but they do re-releases, of Tomb Raider and other kind of games and whatever. I don't know. Look it up if you're interested. But one of the headlines on this is that this includes Conker's Pocket Tales, which is that it was that Game Boy Color game that predated Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Oh yeah, I know. I remember that one. I remember reading a review of it on IGN. Like Conker has to deliver cake to a party or something like that. It's much different than what we got, obviously. But this is the first re-release of it since then. Yeah. No, it's never been re-released. Yeah, because we had seen him in Diddy Kong and Diddy Kong Racing and that one before we got the Conker that we know and love now, who's probably going to sync with the Xbox, and so we'll never see him again.
There's a new trailer for the Mortal Kombat 2 movie for anybody who's holding the candle for that movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
I'll probably see it at some point on HBO Max or something.
Yeah, when it becomes Paramount Plus, HBO Max is what they're saying now. I mean, Paramount Plus already has Showtime in it, so it'll be like Paramount and Showtime and HBO or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's so weird. HBO and Showtime are going to be the same thing now.
I guess, yeah, that's what they're
30
saying.
years, 40 years of competition.
That they're gonna combine them all.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's I don't know if it's a bad or I don't know, like Paramount's kind of not the best company because of like, whatever shit, but but the Netflix stuff was really bad too because they were gonna have things in theaters even less is what they're saying. Like
with two terrible options.
So I don't know. I don't think any of it's companies acquiring other companies is not good because people lose jobs and.
I read something today that like Paramount's going to be like $90 billion in debt after this deal. And I'm like, why doesn't personal finance work like this? Like, do I get to like spend $90 billion that I don't have? How do you do this? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's all broken. Be born with rich parents or something. Billionaire parents. I don't know.
Yep. Right. Well, that's pretty good, I think.
Yeah, no, I think that's good. And just a little over 2 hours. Thanks, everybody, for listening. If you'd like to hear more of us, go to patreon.com/NintenDomain podcast. And for only $1, you can hear 81 plus bonus episodes that are only there, plus WART radio and early videos of us and all that shit. So support us there so we can get money to buy more games. Help us out. And you'll get the episode early, higher bit rate, no ads, all that fun stuff also for our regular show. And you could find us on the internet. Just look up NintenDomain on various social media spots. We're out and around there. YouTube.com/NintenDomain podcast. Couldn't even get it out. Yeah, you can find us there too. But this has been episode 510, and we're your hosts. I'm Trey Johnson.
I'm Jerry Mikowski.
John Mitter.
And thanks everybody for listening. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
To my soul, old wounds I can't forget. Night steals away my sight. Screams I can't shut them out. What if I had reached out to you? I wouldn't have walked alone. Fighting the darkness, holding me, dragging me to the ground, facing the pain that's controlling me. I won't let it keep me down. I'll make it through to the other side. Of a new dawn on my face, I'll never let it go again.
It's a short one. See ya, Sega. See ya on the pot.
See ya.
I only had to go like once in the break, so I did good.
Good job.
My
Very nice.
My anal leakage has been getting better.
Now you know.
I got to go.
For all our benefits.
Yeah.